Yo, Diehards, what's up, man? It must be Sunday. Diehard Knicks Podcast is now Diehard State of Mind. Of course, we got State coming in, but we're gonna talk about a couple things just to throw it out there for you guys. We're gonna be doing this player awards today, season player awards. We're gonna reflect on the season, talk about the playoffs, like me and State just said, man. The playoffs instead of talking about the lottery and stuff like that. Thibs game plans, moves that we would do next year, and all the other stuff that in between, man. We got Diehard Knicks Podcast and State of New York Knicks. Let's get busy, man. Bring State up in here. What's up, State? You in here, State?
Hey, what's up, man?
Chilling.
I had to sit on my terrace for this one.
I got you. So how's it going, man? How you enjoying this day, man?
Huh?
How you enjoying the day?
I'm good. I should be happier, but I'm not really that happy. And I
Oh
know
my
we
gosh.
secured the fourth seed. I know we just secured the fourth seed, and I know I should be even more happy. But I'm good. I've seen this before. I think that's what it is. Like I seen 2013 season and how that ended, and Melo got blocked by Roy Hibbert, and yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Do you realize how long ago that was, though?
I think that was 8 years ago.
Yeah. How old were you then?
Woo! I was that's funny. I was about 23, 24 years old. And yeah, about 23, 24 years old. That was a long time ago though. I can't lie. I think I started point guard, I was 38 years old. We had a bunch of good vets on the bench. I think wasn't Corey Maggette on that team?
Man, we had a lot of bums and burgers on that team.
but that was a fun team, man. That was Knicks team.
Yeah, but I mean, what kind of person were you back then at 23? Were you the same guy that you are now, or are you definitely a different person right now?
I was like a more like back then when we got to the playoffs, like I was OD happy. I was saying we could win a championship, and I thought that it was going to be sustainable. Like that was my thought process. Like I didn't think about roster construction. I didn't think about like contracts and stuff like that. Like I didn't really think about that stuff. So now, after we went to the playoffs, then 2014 happened. Then we trade for Andreas Bargnani. We trade the 2 first-round picks. And then I watched Jamal Murray score 50 points, and I watched Donovan Mitchell score 57. And I'm thinking about Frank Ntilikina and them boys. Now I feel a little different. What I am excited about is the direction we could go in, though. That's what I'm excited about.
Yes, State. You know what I was doing in 2013? I was doing this. See that on my finger? I was getting married. I don't know why the fuck I was doing that. You know why I was doing that? Because the Knicks sucked during that time. You know what I'm saying? I had nothing else to do. So I was out there in these streets or whatever. Somehow I got myself mixed up with this lady, and she tricked me into marrying her. And now, like 8 years later, now look at this shit, and now I don't have time. She gave me 2 kids, and now I can't even get out and celebrate like I want to because I got to be dad and shit like that. Man, that's what happened to me the last 8 years. Okay, so I'm just telling that story and all that shit because I'm trying.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing, but that's the thing, like for everything that we've been through as a Knicks fan, whatever. Like you can look back at it now. Like you said that you was upset. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm married, I got kids, I should be happy, man. That's not necessarily the case. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you can go in 8 years. You can go from being, a guy that's a bachelor, don't have, I had an older son, but you live in one way. 8 years, so much things could happen. Now you live in a different way. So just to compare it to the Knicks, man, like the Knicks, 2013, we were one way. We had to go through all the bullshit the last 8 years, and now look at us. We're like a whole different thing right now. So, it's good to connect the past, whatever, but at the same time, we got something new going on here, man. So we got to start, projecting that energy forward. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and I think the one thing that makes me most happy about us making the playoffs is we're perceived differently in the media, and we're in a great spot. It's not like 2013. Now this is what I mean by I didn't think about roster construction, right? Because 2013 we got a bunch of vets on them still, but I didn't think like it would crumble that fast in one offseason to where Lou Thurmanson, that's his name, right? Lou.
Yeah. That's another thing too. I told my wife to go give me a beer, and she brings me a fucking Coors. You know what I'm saying? I feel like killing her for that, man. Who the hell drinks Coors Light, man? I'm not like, I know I'm older, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Coors Light. She might as well just pour the bottle, give me a bottle of piss, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. But I think it was Almerson, right? You're talking about Lou Almerson?
Lou Almerson. I don't know what his name is, man. I was looking at a Carmelo Anthony highlight reel, bro. Don't even look at him, bro. Look at his goddamn teammates, bro. So now I'm seeing Randall, I'm seeing RJ, Obi quickly. Now I got hope. Like now I got a vision now, and now it's clear. But what is the thing? Now I got a question on you. And it goes past the playoffs. If there's one thing that you don't want the Knicks to do, what is that one thing you don't want them to do? Like, if you don't give a damn about anything else they do, it's just this one simple thing you don't want them to do this offseason.
Well, the one thing I don't want them to do, like let's say, when the Knicks, the Carmelo Anthony era, I just don't want them to do that. You know, we already had Amari, we had a team set up, and then we went and got Carmelo Anthony, and then traded all the players that got us, to that point. We traded everybody just for Melo. Then we had to start over at midseason. That's why I don't want to do. That's the curse, of Carmelo. But also too is like other stuff too. Like the Knicks always do something that they don't need to do. Like bringing in Tyson Chandler. Like everyone talks about Tyson Chandler. He won the championship with Dallas and stuff. And people talk about him now that, oh man, Tyson Chandler was this, that, and the other. Tyson Chandler was terrible. He was terrible. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of me saying that is that we I forgot what the terms were, but we had Chauncey Billups. We amnestied Chauncey Billups, and we did something else to get Tyson Chandler here. Like, why did we do that? Like, it's not like Tyson Chandler is going to give you 20 points a game. He was just like a rebounder, a defender, and that's it. A lob guy. It's not like he can give us 20 points a game. So we messed that up. We always do something that messes up, the whole thing, man. So that's one thing I don't want to do. I just don't want to do something that's going to mess things up. So I mean, like I would like to basically stay the same, but we have to figure out a way to upgrade of the things that we need to upgrade. We definitely need to get another scorer in here, like we always say. We got to upgrade the starting point guard spot. However we do that, and then maybe get like another enforcer or something like that. That's really it. Because I mean, we're the 4th seed. We got to put some respect on that position. So I feel like we can't get crazy. We can't get greedy. But whatever we do, we got to do it to the fullest and just go for it. Don't half-ass it and then half-ass something else,
Yeah, and here's one thing that goes like undervalued that I think we got to talk about more is like the things that you do sometimes, the things that you don't do sometimes is what's best for the team. So what I mean by that is when you trade players from your team, you're the cause like you're also trading your culture. You get what I'm saying? You get what I mean by that?
Yes.
So like this offseason, I'm not really too keen on gutting my roster for nobody. I think I want to stand pat as far as big trades is concerned. But the one thing I will say is the Knicks do a disservice to RJ and Randall if they do not upgrade the small forward position. And I'm going to make that a focal point this offseason. The point guard spot, yes, it's cool. But that small forward spot, bro, damn, we didn't draft Michael Porter Jr. or Miles or McCall. I'm off the Knox train, man. I've seen enough.
That's a lot for you, man. But I get it. You know, we
Absolutely.
yeah, I was watching God of Knicks. They was doing their post game, and they mentioned Reggie Bullock being like a starting point guard on the championship team. He's not. But they also said he
No.
wasn't a starting, not point guard. I mean, you know, small forward in the championship team. He's also not a starting small forward on a playoff team. But here we are. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
definitely we cannot have him, you know, being the guy that's anchored into that spot, you know, going forward, man. I would love to keep him though, but to have him off the bench playing that bench role, that's going to be very important to be a spot starter. But we definitely absolutely need to get that upgrade, man. But I'm trying to figure out who that guy would be though.
Whew. Man, I've been trying to figure out since the thought came to my mind about 2-3 months ago. And it's difficult, man. I'm glad I ain't in that front office this offseason.
Yeah,
I'm so
definitely.
glad, man. I hope they take on like guys who are upcoming but don't realize their potential yet. Like I seen a guy today. I'm watching the game. A guy like Dylan Brooks, bro. This man, he's a dog. He's a dog. He was dogging everybody today. And I'm watching this guy. I'm like, yo, he's 23. He only made 13 million a year. But he's really solid, though. I would like more blue chip players like that. Take chances like that. We took a chance on Randall. We can take a chance on another player. I just don't know who or where that player is. Because it's hard to find a young wing right now who's producing. It's tough.
Yeah, we just got to be careful. We definitely got to be careful on who we get because the next move is a doozy. You know, we don't really want to put too much resources in guys, you know, that are just not there. You know, especially like even the superstars. Like you know, you're talking about finding like a diamond in the rough kind of guy. Even the superstars, you're bringing a superstar. These guys come with attitudes and freaking you know, agendas and stuff like that. So they'll come in here and they'll just piss on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they'll be pissing in the corner and you're like wondering what the hell is that stinking in the locker room, and it's them. You know, they're the ones that stunk up the locker room. You know.
Yeah,
So,
that's, that was one of the main things that Leon Rose was scared about too. He said that he didn't really want to make. Well, he didn't say. Reports said that he didn't really want to make big trades because he didn't want to mess up the chemistry, and I respect it. And I think he wanted to gauge this roster. If we make the playoffs, I think he wants to see like what some of these guys got. You know, let's see what Randall got. Can Randall get to the second round as a first option? That remains to be seen. Can RJ get better? RJ's put on a magical second season. Damn near 18 points a game, 5 rebounds per game, 3 assists, 44% from the field, 40% from three. More than like increased his free throw percentage by like 13, 14 points. That like, I mean 13, 14. It's like it's amazing how their player development and the coaching staff and these guys turned this whole organization around in one season and our thought process. Because I'm so glad, just like we said when we wasn't recording, bro. I'm so glad we do not have to talk about the lottery. Oh God, thank God.
yeah, man. Definitely want to do that. The only lottery I want to talk about is this, man. I got the Jackpot app on my phone. That shit's saving me a lot of trouble having to go stand online and shit and put my numbers in it. I can just put it over my phone. Yeah, so shout out to the New York State Lottery and thank you for making that app. You know what I'm saying?
Play the lottery
Yeah,
right from your phone.
yeah, man.
Man, they need to hurry up and legalize gambling in New York. So I could just go right to DraftKings. Go right to DraftKings right from my phone in Harlem or in the Bronx or in Queens or in Brooklyn. And I could just place a bet in. I'm sick
I
of
think they
people
did
on
right
Twitter
because I've been
showing
seeing
every bet.
commercials. Yeah, I've been seeing commercials like they've been putting the Knicks odds and stuff during the game. You know, so I think
Mm-hmm.
something is legal. I don't know if it's fully out there, but I think something is legal now. You a gambler, man?
Nah, it's legal in Jersey. I know that.
Yeah. I gotta see what's up, man. I like holding on to my chips, man. I be you know, working too hard, man, to let my chips disappear like that.
Nah, I I set aside just $10 a week for that.
I got you.
Try to take $10 to the moon. That's what I would do with that. But let's talk about player awards, man.
I'm with it.
Thibs.
Thibs?
How you feel about him? Yep. How you feel about him? Speak on it.
Well, we got to do the history, man. Thibs, I was talking about getting the other dude, the guy that used to be on the Nets. What was his name? That coach?
Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, I was on the Kenny Atkinson train, man, because I'm looking at it like the way the Fizdale came in. I thought Fizdale was the guy, So I thought that maybe Atkinson would have been the Fizdale that should have been, because of the way that Atkinson reminded me of Jeff Van Gundy, the guy that's just a hard worker, super stressing out over stuff like that, being like so down to detail and stuff. What's the name? Kyrie kicked him out the Nets because he don't want to play like that, playing with that stress. You know what I'm saying? But hindsight is 2020. We ended up getting Tom Thibodeau, and that was the absolute best option for us because he put his foot down, and then that's the thing too. I wanted to mention that before we started talking about the awards is that I'm bringing you to that Phoenix game. At the end of the game, we saying Chris Paul was talking his shit, but all standing on the court around him was Leon Rose, Worldwide West. All of our front office guys, they at every single game standing right there. Worldwide West high fives, everybody coming into the back into the locker room every single game. So that's the really picture I really want to paint there is that this has been like a team thing. Guys are like, listen, these are guys we put here. We're not looking for no excuses, nobody to come in to help. And Tom Thibodeau got a game plan, and we just gonna put it in his hands and let's play. And that's what I really appreciated, man. So Tom Thibodeau, player awards. I see people talking about what's the dude Monty Williams in Phoenix, but Monty Williams got Booker over there, and he got Chris Paul, So and he got Aiden, Deontay Aiden. You know what I'm saying? Tom Thibodeau don't got those. That don't have that luxury of having those guys, man. So Tom Thibodeau definitely for me has been like the leader right now with everything that we do.
Man, Tom, the Knicks is first in field goal percentage defense, first in 3-point percentage defense. They're like fourth in defensive efficiency this season. They're first in opponent points defense. Like they're damn near top 5 in every defensive stat. The offense has been clicking. I've been begging for them to shoot more 3-pointers. They have been over the course of the season. Thibodeau's evolving. I'm so happy that we got Thibodeau. He has to be the front runner of Coach of the Year. Just off the fact that everybody counted us out, bro. 21 wins. Vegas had us at 22 wins. Even Knicks fans, we counted ourselves out, honestly. I said 28 wins. That's what I thought this team was going to muster. They said, hell no. Thibs said, hell no. Thibs is a great coach. I think he embodies New York. He's fierce on the sidelines. Fizdale, he was giggly. He was happy. He was always smiling. I don't want my coach like that. Not the New York Knicks. I like the coaches that's hard-nosed, Tom Coughlin. I like those type of coaches. So Thibodeau has been great this year. He's evolving, like I said. He's learned to adapt. He got these boys shooting hella 3-pointers. We're top 5 in 3-point percentage. Thibodeau, the one thing I will say, too, that people don't like about Thibodeau, but I'm going to just learn to accept it. If he trusts you, he trusts you. Obviously, he trusts garbage Alfred Payton. I wouldn't trust Alfred Payton with a goddamn quarter I just handed him. So, salute to Thibs, man, and salute to this team. He's definitely mine running for the Coach of the Year, for sure. Got to go to Thibs.
Yeah, just looking at the talking heads. I don't follow none of them guys, but everybody's always resharing stuff on social media and stuff. So you get to see what people say. They just don't. After what the Knicks came from the garbage. We were in the garbage. And then Tom Thibodeau's here, and we winning. We're in the 4th seed in the East, and they want to disregard. They put like I said, Monty Williams is there. They mentioned a couple other guys. The Utah coach they mentioned. a couple of other coaches too. But you mean to tell me that Tom Thibodeau's not even in your top five, top three conversation of coach of the year? That's bullshit, man. You know, the Knicks came from the garbage. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, if you look at the roster, Julius Randle wasn't supposed to be no All-Star. You know, starting the year, nobody thought that he was going to be an All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Me and you was ready to trade him for like, you know, anything. Not even. I can't even find a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because we were willing to trade.
Oatmeal cookies.
Word about, I fucking love oatmeal cookies, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would have traded Julius Randle for anything like that, man. But look at this. Now he became an All-Star, and then where's his second guy? You know, RJ Barrett, the second year player, is his second guy. Who else is there on the roster? What's the name? Derrick Rose is like, he might be like a clone. He might not even be the real Derrick Rose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's bugged out.
Can't be. I never known Derrick Rose to be this good. The way he shoots jump shots now, I never remembered him shooting these type of jump shots. Like, watching him when he came into the league, he was not this type of jump shooter. So salute to him too, because when you get a injury like that, or becoming the youngest MVP ever at 21 years old, tears ACL, come back, tears meniscus, come back, rotated cuff, ankle, knee, go to Minnesota, then you go to Detroit. His journey is amazing. His mental toughness is amazing. And that's another thing about this team too. Like, they're mentally tough. Julius Randle broke his leg. First game of his NBA career. What he do? Come back. Averages 11 and 10, I believe. Double. Come back. It's amazing, man. I like watching this team. I don't like watching Alfred Payton. But this team is great. And it's what's the word I could use? It's wonderful that I get to watch playoff basketball first time in 8 years. Play the Atlanta Hawks, man. The Atlanta Hawks. How you felt about them?
You know, they're gonna give us problems. They're gonna make us sweat, you know, but they just don't play defense like hard enough to really sustain it, man, because they're gonna get hot, they're gonna go on runs. That's what it's gonna be. The Knicks are gonna hold them down, and then they're gonna go on a freaking, like, a lightning bolt run real quick, and the Knicks gonna grab him by the neck again and drag him back down, and the Knicks are gonna have the lead. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be an up and down type of thing. So the Knicks just they just gotta I'm not really the truth. I'm not afraid of them, you know. But you know, everything, the stakes are higher now. So you know, what's the name? Trey has the cheat code where he just runs into you and jumps and stuff like that. You know, playing cheating basketball. So it's gonna be interesting, man. So we definitely gotta get out there support. So before I throw it back to you, you mentioned Elfrid Payton a few times, man. We gotta let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Elfrid Payton, he sucks. He does sucks, but you know, I don't know what Tom Thibodeau's gonna do. That's one thing too. We're gonna have a week, so Tom Thibodeau, he might decide to just ship, Elfrid, back to the to what's the name, to like I was gonna say Modell's don't exist anymore, but he might send him to like just the mall and get him an outfit or whatever, something real nice to keep him comfortable on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Sit next to him for the rest of the playoffs, because we got Rose, we got Burke, we got Manuel Quickly, man. So we got enough guys to hold down the fort. So maybe Elfrid gets shut down. We don't know, man. But if he's not shut down, and we playing with Elfrid Payton starting or whatever he's going to be at, man, we got to support him, because it's time is go time, playoff time.
If there's
I know you don't want to hear
it. Yeah, like Thibs is too smart for that, yo. He's too. I was watching the Memphis game just now. Dudes was leaving Ja Morant so open at the 3-point line. I think he was flustered. Like, it was so bad. Like, he was missing wide open threes. I do not want to turn on a playoff game. Like, the logical thing that Thibs should do is start Derrick Rose. That's what I would do personally. So teams can't zone us up. Now you have Derrick Rose versus Trae Young. Now Trae Young, he'll probably going to get his points off. Cool, no problem. But Derrick Rose gonna go right back at him, and he's gonna have to worry about the pick and roll game. So, but if he starts Alfred Payton, cool. I'ma just hope that Alfred could just don't give me 0 points. That's the most I got for him. Just don't give me 0 points. Like just
when you say that reminds me of Frank Ntilikina. That's exactly what I say when Frank Ntilikina comes in the game, man.
Oh my God! You know there's a huge difference between Frank and Alfred Payton.
If you say so,
basketball.
If you say so, because it's really just about the 3-point shot. Because if Alfred Payton could shoot at least 33% from 3, then nobody would be complaining about Alfred Payton. Am I right or wrong?
Dude averages less assists than RJ. Like, what do you want me to do? And he's on ball. It's not like I don't even know, man. Frank might be.
Well, I mean,
this all season. I don't even want to.
He's gonna be gone. But the thing with Tom Thibodeau is that he got Julius Randle running the point. Julius Randle is the one that's leading us in assists. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make sense for Alfred to be out there really because he can't shoot. So it's really like just like one of those conversations. But it would make sense for Rose to start and all that. But then once you start doing that, you're changing what we do. Because now you got Rose there, and then coming in for Rose, now you got Burke and Quickly, which is nice. But when Rose comes in, Rose kind of like galvanizes everything. He's the leader when he comes in off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of changes the flow of the game because like we start the game a certain way. Like if you start the game a certain way to say Alfred got it going to the basket. Julius Randle got his game going. RG's doing their thing. So that's one way that we play. But then when the bench comes in, it comes in with Rose, Burke, and Quickie, like pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of takes teams off. It kind of takes teams by surprise. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of lose that element of surprise if we take Rose off the bench and make him the starter.
This might sound crazy, but I would dead start Frank versus the Hawks.
Oh my God! I know you was gonna say that.
Frank, and I would just tell Frank, glue yourself to Trae Young all game. And I can understand the reason why Thibodeau wouldn't do that. I would do it if you're running your offense through Randle and RJ Barrett. And plus, you're talking about playoff basketball. You're going to need one-on-one ball stoppers. And we got Bullock. And I told you before, too, that Bullock and Frank perimeter defense I've seen the other night when Thibs put Frank in the game, it was beautiful to watch. And I think having Frank and Bullock out there at the same time kind of bottles up Trae Young's craftiness and drives to the basket. I think it would do wonders for that. So I think that's probably the only wrinkle I would do. I think starting Burke should probably mess up the bench chemistry. So I agree with that as well. So it's tough. It's tough. They got a week to prepare.
Yeah. But I just don't trust Frank, man. The one game I'm gonna bring you back to is the Clippers game. That Clippers game was crazy, man. There was the first defensive play that Frank messed up because he's supposed to be the defender, right? So it was me and my brother-in-law and my father-in-law. We all watching the game, right? This is Mother's Day, right? So this is the play. Frank, I think Frank got picked or whatever, or something happened, right? Where instead of Frank squaring up, because Frank is the stopper, so Frank should have squared up and play defense, but no, he stayed on the side, hoping somebody would come and what do you call help defense, but nobody helped because they said, "Yo, Frank is there," so nobody came with the help. So whoever he was guarding went straight to the basket and laid it right up, and nobody gave no defense. But that wasn't on the team defense. That was on Frank because they looking at it and say, "Listen, Frank is defending. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stay with my man." But Frank didn't square up. He didn't stay with his guy. So that was the first play. It started a run for the Clippers. Then coming back the other way, Frank he misses like a 3-point, didn't hit nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then the next play coming down, he drives the basket. He was wide open, 6'5", longest arms in the league, like this, and like maybe 5 feet away from the basket. He jumps up. He wants to pass the ball. He doesn't want to shoot it, and then he shoots a freaking air ball 5 feet away from the basket. You know what I'm saying? And that started another fast break for the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that anybody want to talk about during that little stretch is that I think 2 plays down, freaking Frank hit a 3 in the top of the corner. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that anybody remembers. But the point I'm trying to make is that you just can't trust Frank all the time because Frank comes in there a lot of times and he plays great defense and stuff. But then he'll come in and he have these games where it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Where's your mind at? What's going on? Why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? So in a playoff situation, if he does play good, it's great. But he is gonna have those games where you're gonna be looking at him like, yo, what is he doing? What is he thinking about? You know, like what's going on in his head?
To be honest with you, I'll trust Frank in that situation more than Alfred. And I'm gonna be more honest with you, I'm a little afraid of quickly in the playoffs because he's gonna get picked on defense. I've been watching his defense specifically last few games, and he's not a horrible defender. Like he's not horrific. He's a rookie, and I understand that, but he gets killed in pick and roll situations. It's like teams attack him specifically in pick and roll situations. Today he was getting bodied up. He was getting bodied up by Dylan Brooks, the backup guard from Memphis. It was tough for him today. So I'm a little worried about Manuel quickly and just in the playoff setting, how he's gonna defend and if teams will attack him. So
Yeah, definitely. If I was a coach, I would definitely be going after.
It's a lot of things I'm afraid for. Obi Toppin too.
Yeah, that's if you're gonna cheat, you're definitely gonna have to go after those rookies, Obi and I said Alfred, but I meant quickly. You know, definitely got to go after those guys if you're coming at the Knicks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but physically, whatever. I mean, Frank plays good defense. Okay, I'm sorry. Guess Dick.
Say that again.
Yeah, man. I think we got on crossed a little bit.
Hold on. Now I can hear you. Say it again. My fault.
No, I was just giving it back to you because we kind of were like crossing each other a little bit.
Oh my God!
I can hear you good though.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I heard you the whole time.
Oh, damn. So why it sound like I couldn't hear you? All right. Well, cool. Damn. As far as like quickly is concerned, like I was just saying, like I was scared for him in the playoff setting and Obi Toppin. So I'm hope they both a playoff setting situation more than those two. Just those two specifically, because Frank been in the NBA longer, and I know he's a better defender than both. So,
yeah. So I mean, how would we go at that's the thing. Like if you're talking about playoff matches and stuff, like there's nothing. I don't think there's anything different that we should do. We just gotta show up and just play our game. We can't get away from our game plan, because Atlanta's going to try to get us to do something that we don't want to do. So my thing is that we just can't allow that to happen. You agree with that?
I wonder how is the Atlanta Hawks going to play the Knicks? Because usually you should be scared. The team that beat a team every time in the regular season, usually the team that got their asses kicked every time goes in the playoffs and they're like better prepared. So I wonder if that favors Atlanta, because we definitely did beat them 3 times this season. And in football, I noticed this too. Like mainly in football, when a team usually like beats a team twice in a regular season or beat them once in a regular season, usually the team that lost that game will meet them in a playoff setting, and that team that lost the regular season game usually wins. So I'm a little afraid of that now that I think about it.
Well, let's look at it that way then. What would Atlanta do specifically to trouble the Knicks? Like if you was the coach of Atlanta, how would you approach it?
First, it depends. Like if Alfred is starting, I'm zoning first things first. So I'm going in 2-3 zone. And if Randall wants to go pinch post, if he wants to ice on the pinch post, cool. But I'm still throwing a double team at him. And I will force the team. I will force to actually put the ball in Alfred paying hands to make plays. Now, Randall, I'm sending a double team at him every time. Nerlens, I'm going to give him a little space. RJ, we going to just dare him. At first, we're going to dare him to shoot. Now, if he make a three, all right, now we're going to play up on him. We're going to trap him. But it's mainly about that point guard spot. It depends on who's there. If Alfred ain't there, we can't 2-3 zone because Derrick Rose is going to shoot us out of it. So it's tough. Atlanta, John Collins can't guard Randall. That's the thing. That's the main thing about it. Like, John Collins cannot guard Randall. Cannot guard Randall at all.
He gives Randall problems too, though.
And another thing, so I think, has DeAndre Hunter come back?
I don't think so. No, I don't think he's come back yet. I think he's still hurt.
So I think, yeah, we got a chance. RJ Barrett gonna have to play some good basketball though that series, for sure. He's definitely gonna have to play some good basketball.
Yeah, RJ Barrett is the X factor because like you said, they're gonna try to zone us or whatever. I feel like the Knicks got already figured out how to snap that out of that because we got, when you're talking about shooters, we got shooters all over the court now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reggie Bullock. If you zone up, Reggie Bullock is going to be open, and he's able to hit threes if he catches it in rhythm. Especially, he has one spot on the floor that's almost like the red zone for him. And like when you used to play NBA Live back in the days, if he stood on a certain spot on the court, you would make that 3-pointer every single time. I feel like Reggie Bullock is on that level right now on certain spots on the floor. So they could play games if they want with the zone, but I think the Knicks just got the cheat code for that. And then if it gets too crazy, we could just sub in, bring in the bench guys and start, just play that game.
Yeah. And when you notice it too, like championship teams have elite benches. Their benches usually wins playoff games for them. I've seen Golden State during their little championship run. I've seen their bench run teams off the floor, literally. Like, and they'll have one starter in with the bench. So it'll be like Curry with Iggy, with Sean Livingston, with Mo Spades. Man, and they just bombing from everywhere from three. So your bench play, you got Ginobili who's coming off the bench, right? Your bench is what carries you sometimes throughout the playoffs because your stars is going to be exhausted. Like Randall's going to be exhausted, bro. He's going to be exhausted, but it's going to be a fun matchup. Bogey's another guy. I hope Thibs put Bullock on Bogey, and I just pray to God that whoever matches up with Trae Young, they can just hold their man. But I definitely, oh man, Thibs, just please play Frank this series, bro, to guard this man Trae Young, because I do not want to see him score 40 every game for no reason.
But I mean, I guess I got to pull out the splits or whatever. But I don't think I'm gonna see what Trae Young averaged against us, man. Because like if anything, if he dropped 40, that's fine. But as long as we don't let him make those passes, because he makes passes when he gets stuck, he always finds the right guy wide open, man. So the thing is, we just got to stop those guys from shooting. Let me check out his against the Knicks. Because he's always give us problems with that. They get into it where he starts jumping into us and stuff like that, and guys get frustrated. That's a real corny style of basketball. I'm looking at I'm trying to see what his averages here against the Knicks. This is Atlanta splits, I think. Let me see. Against the Knicks, he averaged that's assist points. He averaged on 24 points and 12 assists. So I mean, for the year, he averaged. That's what he averaged, right? For the year, he averaged 25 points and 9 assists. So I mean, 25 points and 9 assists. So he's basically putting up his season averages against the Knicks. So that's good,
bro. I remember today's NBA is soft, man. Because I remember 15 years ago, like 10 years ago, bro, 25 and 9 was like only like one player in the league, two players in the league was doing that. Today's NBA, it's like 10 of them motherfuckers. Like, it's like 10 of them. I don't know if it's more talented. Probably it's just more abundance of talent, but the rules are softer. It's geared towards offense. I'm looking at some of these numbers, bro. Russell Westbrook in a month averaged 23, 16, and 18. Like, I've never seen nothing like that. Like, that is inhuman. Curry, 88 threes in a month, 89. What?
It's a different game, man. You look at the old Knicks. Derek Harper used to hand check guys and literally would just be grabbing the guy's shorts where the guy can't move. So you can't do that anymore. These players here, that's the reason why there's so many of them putting up all these gaudy numbers and stuff, is because that's the reason. Like Trae Young, it's more like the referee will more call a play like if Trae Young runs into you and then jumps, he's gonna call a freaking defensive foul on you every single time. That's just the way the NBA is. Back in the days, they wouldn't have called anything. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have called anything, especially in the playoffs. It would have just been it would have been just no harm, no foul kind of call. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. I want guys to put like elbows in dudes' chest. I don't see that anymore. I see everybody talking. Everybody loves to talk, but nobody wants to put no hands on nobody. You know what I'm saying? It gets on my nerves when guys get in a foul and when they get fouled hard. And it's not even like a really hard foul, but then they get up and they start getting the guy's face, whatever. Like, man, play the game, I was getting mad the other day. I made a little snippet about it. So, get back in the game and play. You know what I'm saying? Because if you that mad about the way this guy touched you, then put a freaking elbow in his chest. You know what I'm saying? What's the name? Trae Young driving the lane. If you're getting pissed off, the referees keep calling that stuff, then elbow Trae Young in his throat. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to hurt him. You're not trying to end his career, but you want him to know that you're there. And say, listen, we're not going to be dealing with this dumb shit anymore. Put a freaking elbow in these guys' chests. You let them know that you're there. If you're going to start Elfrid Payton, if Elfrid Payton is going to start, then he needs to put an elbow in Trae Young's chest before they kick his ass out of the game.
Facts. And you know what? Another thing I love about the playoffs now that we talking about Trae Young specifically, I noticed that the referees referee James Harden differently in the playoffs, and he don't get those same fouls he get regular season. He don't get those same fouls in the playoffs at all, and that's a fact. So I'm just hoping the refs still stay solid and they don't call those ticky-tack fouls where he's driving to the lane and he goes to a full-blown stop, fills your body, and then just rise up and shoot, and that's a foul. Like, that is not a foul. I think that's one of the worst calls in basketball, matter of fact. Every time I see Trae Young do that, I do not like his game. Good basketball player. Hate his game.
Yeah, he's boring. He's the way that the Atlanta Hawks play is just straight boring. But I mean, they got other guys now. They're getting healthy and stuff. So, when the last time we played them, I think we had to go to overtime to beat them, right? So towards the end, that guy Bogan, out of nowhere, we locked him down the whole game. That out of nowhere, he just came down and just dribbled into the paint and pulled up. He did it like 3 or 4 straight times, So like the Knicks couldn't stop that. So I mean, it's like stupid shit like that. We have to just stop. We have to stop guys from doing dumb stuff like that to beat us, whatever, man. We definitely gotta lock down definitely harder. And then, like I said, we instead of letting Trae Young do his thing, if me and you could scout it and we could say what Trae Young is doing, then I'm for damn sure that I keep forgetting my man's name, the Asian brother that's with the Knicks. He's like their video coordinator, assistant to the coach and stuff. I hope that he's cutting that tape and saying, listen, this is how we need to stop this dude. Shout out to Johnny Bryan and all these guys. I hope they're getting into the lab now and really saying, listen, before he makes this move, this is where we need to pop up and stop him. Because before he gets to that spot where he makes that stupid ass move when he comes in and jumps into you and makes you get that foul, before he does that, there's got to be a cheat code for him, man. So I'm gonna be driving myself crazy actually now that you brought it up, because I'm gonna be looking at film myself trying to figure out when to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really it there, man. We have to really lock in with this coaching staff, and it's up to them. It's not really up to the players. It's up to them to devise that game plan to stop these guys from just dancing around the court. It's just got to stop. That stuff's got to stop.
Yeah, yo. Last few games, I'm noticing a little more. Even though the team defense is still great, we still holding teams under 100 points. Just noticing a little too much dribble penetration. So I hope the Knicks tighten that up. They need this week break. They damn sure need it. Reggie Bullock needs it the most. It seemed like every second half, he's just worn down. Like every second half, like it never fails. Randall, he damn sure needs a week off. Thibs, he played 46 minutes yesterday. Thibs is a madman.
Yeah. There's no days off for Thibs, man. Like, you've been playing these minutes all year. You ain't getting no day off today, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, even Thibs, like other coaches say, like Phil Jackson, even what's my man from San Antonio, he would give his head assistant, make his head assistant be the coach for the night. You know, Phil Jackson used to do that all the time. He would have like I was gonna say Eric Snow, but I keep forgetting their guys they used to have on the team. But he used to let them guys you know, what's my man Kurt Rambis. He used to let Kurt Rambis coach a few games. You know what I'm saying? Just to give himself a break. Tom Thibodeau's not about that. Tom Thibodeau is yelling, cursing, you know, everybody out. You know, no matter what's going on. You know, last game of the year and all this other stuff. You know, it might as well be day one. You know.
No, Thibs could be up 20. You have a mishap. He calls timeout. He's chewing you up. It's 4 minutes left in the game. Like, bro, you know, like you're too intense. But I love it though. He don't fit. He don't fit well with every type of NBA play. If you're not interested in winning, if you're just interested in your brand and not putting your full effort into the game, he's not going to be the coach for you. He's not going to be the coach for you. So
he got the right crew. Definitely got the right crew. Shout out to Bullock. You know, if you look at everybody's background story, like Reggie Bullock. I mean, Reggie Bullock's freaking sister got murdered, bro. I think two people in his family close to him got murdered. You know what I'm saying? And then look at the character of this guy. That's just the resilience of you know, everything about him. It just shows you the why we're winning. You know, check out Julius Randle, everything that he's gone through in his career. Even just like Kobe was his guy, and look at all the stuff that he learned from Kobe that he's bringing to the young guys now on our team as a leader. Nobody ever thought that was going to happen, but look at the history of these guys. You can get a story from every single guy. Even Nerlens Noel, he was like a bust. You know, he was a bust in the beginning. Something happened along the way when he got to OKC and whatever, that he just turned into a different player now. You know, I can make that conversation for every single player that we have. So we just have the perfect storm right now with Tom Thibodeau running the show, all the other guys behind the scenes, man. This is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here, bro.
Yeah, man. To play on the Thibs, you got to be a certain type of player. You got to be mentally ready. Like, you got to be mentally prepared. So from now on, when I look at certain cats, like what I'm looking for is what kind of player are you mentally? Like, what's his background? Like, where he from? Do he know struggle? Do he know mental pain? Like, has he had a loss in his family? Like, what did he learn from that? Did he have a tough upbringing? Those things count, because when you're in a Knicks jersey, right, you got to have a lot of mental toughness to play here. This is not a place for certain people to come here and produce, man. This is not the place for that. And I've seen two dudes past 10 years who've shown up in New York and at least tried to take on the mantle. Carmelo Anthony, Julius Randle. So shout outs to those two brothers, man, because it's hard. Matter of fact, I know you seen Knuckleheads. Is it Knuckleheads podcast? Dude, Corey McGetty said that, yo, he had Knick teammates who did not come outside, bro.
Yo, I believe it.
He said he's had teammates who do not come outside. So don't bring no softy here, man. Don't bring no Porzingis guys here, man.
Yeah. Yo, we talk about Alfred a lot on the show, right? But could you imagine what Alfred Payton is going through? Alfred Payton is probably one of those guys. Alfred Payton can't walk the streets, not in New York City. Cause like the
Nah,
way that you talk about Alfred, man, there's a million other motherfuckers just like you. That if he just go into the store to get a cart of milk or stuff like that to feed the to get him some cereal or something like that. Guys are like, yo, you fucking suck, fuck you. Say, bro, I got my kids with me, son. Like, man, fuck your kids, bro. Get the fuck up out of here. That's how Knicks fans are. So I can't even imagine, man. So I wanted to segue that into some way into this thing, but this is the rare opportunity. The last month or so, Alfred has been extremely bad. He was bad. He been bad already. There's no way around that. But just the last 5 games or so, he has been really bad. So I'm thinking that we got into his head. You know what I'm saying? He can't take a piss. He can't do nothing. He can't do nothing without somebody. I'm quite sure, like, if he lives in an apartment or something like that, I'm quite sure there's a Knicks fan next door or somebody that gets him every day. You know what I'm saying? So I feel sorry for the cat, man. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like we got to give him a little slack, especially now, man, because if he's gonna be out there, we need his head straight. We don't need everybody cursing his moms out every 5 seconds.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Want me to give you the honest assessment about Alpha and why a lot of people salty about him? I'm gonna be dead.
Oh my gosh.
For me personally, I just feel like he stole Knox and Frank minutes. That's just for me personally.
I thought he was gonna say something else. I wish I had a drum roll. I was gonna drum roll you.
You knew I was about to say something.
Yeah, but what does that say though?
Minutes.
But what does that say though?
Huh?
What does that say? If Elfrid Payton is stealing your minutes, what does that say about you?
So I could go a couple of ways with this. But since I'm gonna be petty right now, go my conspiracy theory route, right?
Yeah.
So Frank fires CAA, gets a new representation. Alfred is represented by CAA. He gets this starting job. Obviously, we know he stinks, but he still gets the starting job. Does whatever he wants. When he leaves the game, he goes sits to the chairs by himself. So, political reasons why he gets minutes. Previous regime drafted Kevin Knox. They didn't draft these guys, so now they got to give Obi minutes and they got to give Quigley minutes. Obi was borderline garbage for like about a month straight, and he was still getting minutes along with Alfred. So yeah, a lot of politics, a lot of try to showcase Alfred for his next job. A lot of those things. But I'm going to take that to the grave. I'm telling you right now, dog, I'm taking that to the grave. He stole Frank and Knox minutes. He's a thief, and I'm mad with him.
God damn!
Right,
you calling him a thief? Oh man, I feel like if you ever run into Elfrid Payton, you guys just gotta square up now, man. You calling him a thief and shit? He gotta fight for that name, because I don't know how he got that Twitter handle. His Instagram handle is just straight Alfred. How the hell did he secure that? You know what I'm saying? He's like the only Alfred in the world. Nobody else got Alfred. But why he's so fly that he was able to get Alfred? It's just bugged out. It bugs me out every time I see it.
Stole that too.
God damn! But how could he steal, man? If he's legally blind, right? Ain't that the thing? We keep saying that he's legally blind. He didn't do it. See, this is him right now getting arrested for stealing the Alfred thing. But he's legally blind, so how could he steal it?
I can't even believe the Knicks had me watch him for 2 years straight. And the argument usually is, well, he's better than Frank. Well, he's better than Knox. Man, I don't give a damn. He ain't the future point guard. He ain't nothing. So why are we with Tom here when I could have watched Frank Ntilikina get precious developmental minutes?
Oh my God, you said the D word?
What, developmental minutes?
Yo, he's been in the league 4 years.
Wait, hold on,
Development. God
hold on,
damn.
hold on. When Obi Toppin ever defends like Frank Ntilikina, and he's already older than him, and he averages 4 points, I think that's when you can get a point right there. But right now, I ain't letting that slide.
Yeah, but if we're gonna develop Obi, if we develop Obi for 4 years, I think that he'll be a little bit better than Frank. But the thing is, in 4 years, which is 8 years, we'll still be developing Frank.
Yo, in 4 years, dog, Obi gonna be 27.
I get it. But yo,
you get it, like,
yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I was gonna say with Frank is that like most guys, they want to keep Frank. We got to keep Frank, blah blah, to keep developing him, whatever. All right, so how long are you gonna sign him for? 4 years. So if we sign into another 4-year deal and he never becomes, because that's the thing, nobody thinks that Frank is gonna be like a elite NBA starter. They just think that he's gonna be an elite role player. So I mean, and if we sign him and then like throughout this contract in 4 years, he's still not fucking elite defender. It's like, what the hell? Because like in the beginning, I was talking about getting married in 2013. I had just got married. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to now, I got 2 kids out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things can happen in like a few years. You know what I'm saying? My wife got pregnant 2 months after we got married. So like the next year, we was already got our first kid. So it was like, yo, who was to know like 3 years before that I would have got married and had a kid right away? You know what I'm saying? So you just would never know. But the thing is with Frank, he's already had the 4 years already. So it's like you already know. It's like you with this chick that all she does is blow money. She likes to gamble. She keep drinking Hennessy. She disappears. You don't know where the hell she at. You know what I'm saying? So when you're gonna marry her and keep her around for another 4 years, like you already know what the chick is about. You already know what she's gonna do.
But
you say, so why would you invest that much time in her?
So it hits different when you say that. Like I'm vibing with you, and I understand you. But it's making me feel worse about Obi because Frank in year 4 is 23. Obi in year 4 could be 26, 27 years old. Oh God! And then so you mean to tell me that when Frank is 27 years old, he can't put up more production than Obi when Obi's 27 years old?
I don't know. Because Frank has played professional basketball longer than Obi. If you want to go there too, like Obi like let's say like 3 years ago, Obi Toppin, even himself, he never thought that he would be in the NBA 3 years ago. Because he wasn't good enough. But he just caught what he caught like a growth spurt. Next thing you know, he redshirted for another team. Blah blah. He goes to Dayton for 2 years. Next thing you know, he's an NBA lottery pick. So that was his story. He didn't really play basketball. That at that high level up until recently, really. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of like he's always going to be like a late bloomer. But Frank has been playing professional since he was like 17 years old over there, and even before that, because they have different tiers over there in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So he's been playing professional basketball for a long time, man. So he already got the cheat code. So I don't know what's taking so long.
Case in point, Adam Silver, you evil man, you. Don't ever give my Knicks the 8th pick in the draft ever again. I don't ever want to see that lottery position again. No. Frederick Weiss, Frank, Obi, I'm tired of it. If I see another 8th overall pick, bro, I'm going to lose my mind, bro. Really?
Yeah, my man Genius said that Obi got pedigree. Yeah, but his pedigree is my man. He was like a street ball player, whatever. It wasn't even like all that good. And then plus you see his mom's. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Because there's 2 genes. There's a genes from the pops and there's a genes from the moms too. So I mean, you look at both of them. It's like okay, you're gonna get some traits from one person. You're gonna get some traits from the next person, man. So pedigree is one thing, man. But I mean, you still got to show up.
And we're talking about pedigree. I hate when Knicks fans try to single out certain things and they just don't talk about the obvious. When people was talking about the obvious with Frank for 4 years straight. So I'm not going to let Obi get that pass, and I'm not going to let Quickly get that pass. We're talking about a guy who's 23, who is picked in a lottery, averaging 4 points a game. And you talking to me about pedigree? I don't want to hear about no pedigree, man. We just going to be consistent. That's all. I need to see better from him next season. I love Obi, but that is his. This year's been distant for him. I don't care what nobody say. You could disagree. I'm disappointed. I'm not happy with Obi right now at all. Quickly, hell yeah, he's a steal. But my expectation for Quickly is different from Obi. Because Obi, I expected for him to score at least 10 a game. You don't score 0 points 5 games straight. You tell me about pedigree. Out of here with pedigree.
Well, to a degree, you got to agree with the pedigree thing, because he does got the athleticism or whatever. But you know, I think with Obi, I think next year, you know, me and you both say that next year is probably gonna be his real year, about him going to the next level and stuff, man. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were supposed to do awards, man. We only did one.
Yeah, that's a fact. We definitely only did one.
Yeah.
But we know Julius Randle was getting most improved player. How can he not? He's the first Knick player in Knick history to ever average 24 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, and 6 assists. Julius Randle. That's it. That's the list. 40% from 3. Dude is 80+%. I think he's 81% from the free throw line. He's been amazing all season, man. He's got to be the most improved player of the year. And like I told you before, he should be on the all-NBA second team. That's where he should be. And so like you, RJ Barrett should be on the all-NBA team, all-NBA second defensive team. That's just me.
Yo, I feel like half the Knicks roster needs to be on the first, second, you know, all defensive team, man. You want to talk about Nerlens Noel risking his life every single play? Taj Gibson plays great defense. Bullock, even Rose is playing great defense. Every single guy, even Julius Randle actually, man, plays decent, you know, man defense and helping. Excuse me, team defense. He plays really decent team defense.
Yes, and specifically for Julius Randle, it won't show up block score because you know he don't get a lot of blocks, he don't get a lot of steals, but he has improved his defense tremendously this season. Guarding 4s, guarding 5s, switching on point guards. I haven't cringed at him. I found that noticeable too. I would salute Randle on that. I haven't cringed watching him play defense this season. Have we talked about his defense this season?
Nah, not once. Yeah, if I could bring one thing up, I think it was the Lakers game. He knocked down 2 free throws, and right after the free throw left his hand and went in, he shot down the court to go play defense immediately. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily about stats with him. It's about just being aware, having defensive awareness, like knowing what the hell is happening on the court at the time. You know, being a leader out there. You know, making sure guys are where they're supposed to be. You know, so that's really Tom Thibodeau. You know, but the guys, the players got to play. You know, so shout out to everybody, man.
So for me, just for Julius Randle specifically, I know I've said things in the past. I've said very disrespectful things in the past. I think one of the most blasphemous things I've said about Randle this season, and I've currently said it. I currently said it about like 2, 3, 4 days ago or something. That Randle was a championship 4th option.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that. You were saying that heavy. Yeah.
And
people.
The only reason why I was saying it, huh?
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the only reason why I was saying it was because I watched championship teams of the past, and I'm looking at their second options. And when your second option is Klay Thompson, or when your second option is Dwayne Wade, or when your second option is Anthony Davis, but I gotta pause. Kevin Garnett was a first option. He goes to Boston. Now he's a third option. So yes, maybe the 4th option that's just very disrespectful. Okay, but I know he's not a one option. That I know for sure. I wish the Knicks could get a guy who could be the one option, and then Randall could be settled in as the second or third option. I think RJ is certified for one of those options. I just need a one option in here, bro. I need a one in here. I need a guy who could get his own bucket. Because I don't believe that Randall as the one option can get us that far. Now, how does he change that notion? Kick Philly ass in the second round, then we can have a real discussion about that. You beat them second round, I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, if we beat Philly, but we definitely gonna need a full roster to do that. But if we beat Philly, I think that's our championship right there, man. Because I could go to the West Coast and I won't be afraid of none of them if we beat Philly, because the Philly was beating us without even being the full team. But they got Alfred. I mean, not Alfred's just on my mind now. They got Embiid there, so we shouldn't be able to do nothing with them, man. So if we beat them, then that's going to be crazy. But with Julius Randle as the options and stuff like that, I just think that he's our point guard, so he's definitely always going to be like the thing that gets us going. But we don't have a guy. We don't have a guy that could that we could just give the ball to. Like that's the only thing that's really been killing us. We don't have somebody that we could just give the ball to, say, go get me a bucket. This guy, shout out to Burke. Burke has been playing out of his mind. He's been the guy. He had 30. He had 30 and 10 the other night. Like you always joking about him being like a fake Harden, but he looked like Harden. He looked like Harden the other night, man. 30 and 10 and shit. Like, we can't expect him to do that every night, But if he could do something similar to that every night, then then he takes on that kind of like first option or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if we really want to be go take us to the next level, we got to figure that out.
Bro, I would give my whole left arm if we could get a guy like Colin Sexton in here. That's all we need, bro. We just need a great scoring guard, really. And people hate Colin Sexton. I understand it. Anybody who don't like when I say, yo, the Knicks need to get Colin Sexton, I understand. I respect it. But when you're 21 years old and you're averaging 24 points per game, and I know for a fact if he was under Thibs, I don't know how much better he could get. But if that's what he's doing now, then I would definitely take a shot at him if Cleveland fell out of favor for him and just was like, you know what, we're going to cut our losses. We're going to move on. We don't want to pay you. We're going to get the keys to Garland, and we're going to look for a spot for you. Like, so that's what the main thing I want the Knicks to do this all season. Like, that's what I'm looking for in the playoffs. Like, how do Randall and RJ react? That's what I'm looking for, to understand what this team really needs. But we need a guy like Sexton, bro. Really, really bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sexton could score, and Sexton's not afraid. That's the thing. Sexton, if you look at all his highlights, I never really paid attention, but even when he was in high school, he was chirping to the coaches, saying your son ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's with all the smoke, man. And the problem with Sexton is that he's just a short point guard. But if he comes to the Knicks, he don't have to be the point guard, because we already got Julius Randle, taking on the point guard duties, man. So to have if the ball swings around and gives it to Sexton, or if Sexton, because you got to double team Randle now, so somebody's always open, but it ends up being in the hands of RJ. This usually, kind of like discombobulated a little bit. Sometimes he does well. You got Reggie Bullock and you got Alfred. You know what I'm saying? But if you take Alfred out and stick Sexton there, now all of a sudden, how do you guard the Knicks?
Woo!
Now you can't guard us. So if it's not Sexton, it could be anybody. But like, shout out to my man Sincere. Sincere, thank you for hanging out with us, man. You're giving us good stuff here. But he's talking about Denver. Denver doesn't really have a point guard either. Denver got Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is not a passer; he's a scorer. So if we was to get a guy like Sexton, we'd be in the same boat as Denver, where Joker is the main passer there. Julius Randle's our main passer. So if that ball comes to Sexton, who's guarding him? Because you already double teamed Julius. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? How you gonna check the Knicks now?
Yeah, and then RJ, and then on top of the fact that RJ is an improved 3-point shooter, so it just makes it more seamless. Like it would be a great team to watch. Like that would be a team to watch. And the reason why I'm talking mainly about a guy like Sexton, because he just fits the timeline, right? You
Yeah.
know he's going to get better. And honestly, like if I'm the Knicks and I'm looking at my cap space and I'm looking at giving out contracts to guys, right? I want to give out a contract to a guy that and this got to be, if they're thinking about giving Randall a max, you got to be thinking about getting help. So if you want when I mean get help, get people that's around their timeline, right? Like those type of guys, but guys who could get better and better and better. And he's just one of those guys. Like another guy like De'Aaron Fox. I don't know if he ever going to ask out. Shout outs to them because he laughed at us about getting the 8th pick. And that's another guy. Like if we could get a guy like that, like we really need. Randall's the engine, yes, but we need a guy who, a guard mainly who could get his own shot, play off the ball, fearless, could probably give you some defense, and the guy who Thibs could probably make better. Whoa, man,
Yeah.
a Sexton, Rose, quickly, RJ, guard rotation. That's a lot of firepower right there. That's
Yes.
a lot of firepower.
Yeah, sounds crazy. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. That's why you don't burn your bridges. These young guys need to understand that. Like, it's cool to go on Twitter and say a little funny shit when you're up. But now look at you. You know, Sacramento sitting there, and then also too, your replacement is sitting right there. You know, the guy that everyone say the Knicks should have drafted. You know what I'm saying? Your replacement is sitting right there with you sitting on your high horse talking shit about the Knicks, how the Knicks are bad and how, you know, I know you guys are sick. But now look at you. Now you're in a position now where the Knicks can snap you and pull you off of that roster, and now you're on this team. And you're going to be thankful because look at where the Knicks are now compared to that old franchise you were in. You know what I'm saying? So the young guys got to understand that, man. You can't burn your bridges, you know, with all that disrespectful game and going crazy because you never know who's going to pull their hand out and pull you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, that's why I love RJ Barrett. He's not a talker. He don't talk.
Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to his dad, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, man, because I'm almost finished the beer, so I'm kind of a little lit right now. But
nah, you good.
But yo, the thing with his dad, sometimes I look at the video of him, you know, at draft night, because you know, the way they would the relationship, you know what I'm saying? He comes from I'm gonna say he comes from royalty, man. You know, he came from a father and his family, whatever. They got him like that. That's the foundation that he stands on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got an older son too. Me and my older son, you know, we're not like that. You know what I'm saying? So I envy that. And I understand if you do have that relationship with your father in that way, where he's guiding you, but at the same time letting you stand there on your pedestal where he's just watching you from whatever, that's amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of guys that we have on this team, man. It's just incredible, bro.
Yeah, bro. And like, think about it. Like, none of these dudes get in trouble, right? Like, we don't hear about them at the club going crazy. We don't hear about Frank and he got set up by some strippers. We don't hear about Kevin Knox. You know, Kevin Knox, he's good with his family. You know, Kevin Knox is good with his family. So it's nice to see, like, you got Alfred Payton moms going to the game, Obi Toppin, you see his pops, you see his moms. That is a nice, you know, culture that they build. And like, and it starts with Randall. And the one thing about Randall that goes unnoticed, I think we notice it, a lot of other people don't notice, but his relationship with his son is vital.
Oh, man.
God, it's so vital. Because I'm a guy, like, at one point, I wasn't really cool with my father like that. He took care of me. He was cool. But I ain't like some of the shit he did. like not everything your pops do. You ain't gonna like that shit. And some of the things that he's done taught me how to be who I am today. So when I look at RJ Barrett and these guys, and I'm looking at Randall as the leader, I'm like, yeah, man, that's a guy you need to follow. Family man with his son. he don't get into no crazy shit. He don't get caught with strippers. Carmelo Anthony, you know.
Shout out to, I thought you was gonna shout out to Clean Anthony, man. Clean Anthony early, man. That motherfucker almost lost his life messing around with these chicks in the streets, man.
Oh man, Clay Anthony, Earl.
Crazy, man.
You know who we drafted him over?
Oh man, don't even say it. Joker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's just so sad, man. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be sad, but like to say, man, like the whole league missed on him because he was drafted in the second round. So that's how I'm gonna get off the ledge with that shit.
Nah, I don't blame you. And this leads me to another thing. Like, I think it's imperative that the Knicks draft BJ Boston. I think we must draft him by default. I think he should be around this type of atmosphere. This is where you need to be right now. Like, the way I'm looking at the team and how it's positioned, my young boys, they don't get in trouble. They don't get in trouble with the police. They don't do nothing dumb. You got the vets. They don't do nothing dumb. Fans love him. You got Randall, his son. People love him. I want to keep this culture. So bringing in a guy like BJ Boston, I would love to have him here, knowing what he's been through with Kentucky past like couple of months. You got John Calipari always coming to the games. Like, it is so much love around the Knicks organization. Like, did you see the video when Worldwide West looked like he was crying, hugging Thibs? He looked like he was crying, bro.
Yeah. Shit is dope. We got it all around, man. We got it all around the garden. It's amazing. I kind of was looking at what's her name? Rebecca Harlow. Because when she first came in, I was like, who the hell is this chick, man? But it's just like the energy. Because I was like, this is before podcasts and stuff, I was just like really kind of like going crazy. But you just watch her, and just the way that she carries herself, and even her development too, man. Just getting to the point now where she's like, the hardcore sideline reporter, whatever, she's gonna come up with us too, growing up in this whole Knicks thing, man. So all across the organization, everything is incredible, man. Everything is incredible. It's crazy, man. We're on a wave. That's something that can't be denied either, man. So I think we all have a part in that. We got my man Sincere. Thank you, man, for checking in with us, man. But guys like Sincere, shout out to Calvin Whitaker. He popped in today. Everybody, man. It's all positive vibes all around. Some of these shows that I can't even watch because a lot of times they don't be positive. You know what I'm saying? So my message to everyone is that we gotta be on it like that. That positive energy is gonna get us to where we need to go. Because what got us the positive energy is the fact that we all stuck together. During the last, I believe like the last few seasons or whatever, but we just got to just keep this thing going, man. Because we gave birth to this.
Yeah. Look at us now.
Yeah. I'm telling you, State. I feel like we gave birth to this shit, man. All these different podcasts that out there, you out there doing your thing, talking Knicks, talking to all these different people, whatever. But it's the conversation that we're having. We took the energy away from the devils out there, and now we in control of it. So now we're putting that shit out there. And then now we're controlling the narrative. And look what happened. How long you been doing this podcast? Maybe like 2 years now. We've both been around for about 2 years, year and a half. Look how much things changed in a year and a half, bro. I really truly believe that we did that with our energy.
Like, so much positive energy, bro. Like, it's so crazy. I remember when I started my podcast, right? And I started around the time when we first drafted Kevin Knox. So when we first hired Fizdale, I was gloating about Fizdale. I was happy. I was like, 10 games into the season, this man is shit. I'm looking at the roster. This roster is shit. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about? So it got to a point like I started listening to like everybody. And now I'm listening to everybody podcast. I'm listening to everybody. So everybody's giving out the same energy. Like, I understand that we lost, but we could talk about the little things that happen, like the little thing. Oh, well, we lost by 20, but Knox scored 31 and 6. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Like, it takes a lot of dedication, man. And you might be right, bro. You might be right. We probably forced them to hire Thibodeau. Honestly, like I feel like the Knicks fan base probably forced them to forced James Dolan to hire Thibodeau off the fact that we want a tough coach, man. We want a tough coach. We want to win. And now that I think about it, I don't give a damn about the lottery, and I'm sad that we're not talking about the goddamn lottery because I was sick of it. This the hard part about the right, bro. You got to remember the names. Then you got to go. Then you got to sit down. You got to watch YouTube about it. Then you got to watch a game about it. Then you got to. I don't want to do that no more. I'm done.
Yeah, we're like experts at that shit already, man. We don't want to do that shit no more. But yeah, I think it's beyond like the Knicks fans forcing them. I literally feel that our energy, just by you starting that joint, we both started ours like around the same time. So once we did it, I feel like everybody Knicks fan TV was kind of like just they're the top now. But I feel like 2 years ago they had just started really catching fire. Shout out to Sim. Those guys really just started catching fire like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That they built up their thing.
Sim, not to cut you off. Sim was definitely one of the first YouTube joints of the Knicks that I was watching too. Shout outs to Sim. He was definitely because Sim was always like he'll talk about the bad, but he'll always give it a realistic, positive view on how to look at it from a coach's perspective. So salute to Sim for that.
But he was by himself. You know what I'm saying? It was just him. It was him and Knicks Fan TV. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, I feel like everybody else that come in right now, those guys went up higher and everybody else is underneath them. See what I just did? Like they went like this and then we went like this. You see what I'm doing? This is a fucking explosion. This is a wave. You see what I'm doing? This is a motherfucking wave, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Knicks, this is what's happening with the Knicks. We're on a wave, bro. So I think whatever is gonna happen, it's gonna fucking happen, and we're gonna be like, oh shit. But I want us to own it. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that started this. We started that wave. Best believe that shit.
Yo, man, and it's people like Jonathan Macri. Shout outs to Macri.
Jonathan Macri.
That guy puts in so much. He put in so much work. You got to salute guys like that because, bro, it is hard talking about a team that loses all the fucking time. Like, imagine if we lived in Sacramento and we was Kings fans right now and we missed the playoffs 15 straight fucking years. 15 straight. 15. No way. Would a Max player under contract? No.
Yeah, Sacramento, they got 3 teams in California, man. So there's no way that I would still be a Sacramento Kings fan. I would have moved from Sacramento. I would have moved to the freaking Clippers, to the Lakers or whatever. I would have moved to San Diego or something just to say like, yeah, I was always a Clippers fan. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? I would have definitely moved out of there, man. That franchise is abysmal. That their owner, you talk about James Dolan, don't know what he's doing, but that owner in Sacramento, he's like slow or something. Something wrong with that dude. He's an Indian brother, man. But something wrong with that cat.
Bro, I know for a fact Phil Jackson would have picked Luka Doncic. That's a fact. If the Knicks would have had the second pick, I think Scott Perry would have picked Luka too. Just off rip. He's supposed to pick Luka. Them picking Marvin Bagley over Luka is like... I don't know if that's like a top 10 all-time blunder at the draft, but it got to be up there. It got to be top 20 at least. Got to be top 20.
Yeah, I don't see diehard Sacramento Kings out there. I don't see state of the Sacramento Kings out there. So the fans don't give a fuck. They ain't got no fans. If anybody needs to sell a team, it should be Sacramento. They need to go somewhere. Like the California already got 2 teams. Sacramento need to sell a team and move somewhere else, man. They need to go. They need to go to St. Louis. St. Louis needs a team.
Seattle.
Absolutely Seattle, but I think Minnesota might actually get shipped to Seattle. They just bought up, A-Rod and them just bought up Minnesota, so I think they might move to Seattle. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm the Kings right now, currently constructed, if I'm them, I'm pulling a Sam Hinkie. I'm trading Fox. I'm trading. What's the other? I'm trading everybody of value on that team. I'm botching the roster. I'm starting over. Dead serious. Dead
Yeah,
with Bates coming up. Bates, that dude Pablo. I forgot his name. Pablo something. Oh my God. If I'm them, I'm tanking. Word. It is pointless for them to keep Fox on that roster with those guys. They're not going anywhere. No way. No way.
yeah. That's why it's prime time to try to put them feelers out to see what's up with De'Aaron Fox. You know, because like you bring up that point that the with Sexton and De'Aaron Fox, that's absolutely I made a podcast. Everybody's talked about Damon Lillard and all that stuff. That's probably the wrong way to go. You know, the right
Yes.
way to go is to look right there at Sacramento, because those guys over there are retarded. They're retarded. They don't know what they're doing over there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So listen, go to Sacramento, because look, they got rid of they got rid of they traded Bogdan to, I forgot where they went to, and then like I don't know what they doing. No. They I forgot what they did. They signed Bogdan, and then they announced him, and Bogdan was like, "Nah, I didn't say I want to go there." What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't know what is going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So we should go over there to Sacramento, but listen, we got draft picks like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We'll offer you this, that, and the other. You know, take these guys and keep them moving. So I think they will be about it. You know, and
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the play. De'Aaron Fox.
I'm telling you, Fox is Sexton. So, because somebody this summer gonna get traded. Because too many teams lost money during COVID, and too many teams is paying repeaters tax. For example, this is why I bring up Andrew Wiggins and I bring up the wing spot, right? I watched Wiggins today playing for Golden State. He played extremely well today too, by the way. So I feel like my point about Wiggins is being validated by his play. But a guy like Wiggins, right? He makes $30 million. $30 million. Golden State has to pay $309 million in repeaters tax if they do not trade Andrew Wiggins, right? Do you think they're gonna pay that repeaters tax? No.
No.
So somebody gonna have to get moved. People gonna have to get moved. So that's what I'm banking this all season on. Like, I'm seeing the stories about Colin Sexton. They want Colin Sexton to pass the ball. Pass the ball to who?
Exactly.
Wade?
Yeah, to who? Kevin Love, the one that's not even like focused on playing. Like, what are they talking about? That's the thing. Like they get on us about Knicks fans, and Knicks fans don't know what they're talking about. Like, yo, there's plenty of teams out there with their front offices, guys that get paid like millions of dollars to do a job. These guys don't know what the fuck they're doing over there either. Look, shut up, Cleveland and whatever. Like, what are they doing over there? But everybody wants to pick on us every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That make no damn sense.
It does sense though, because the Knicks are the most. Don't they gross the most money in the sport right now? I mean, in basketball right now, highest grossing franchise.
Yeah, and we don't even have the championships, right? We don't even have the hardware that the Lakers got and the Celtics got, and we freaking are worth more than them.
But that got
crazy.
But you know where those championships come from, though? That start from when your organization starts getting better at drafting. That's how the championships happen. Like, people talk about the Lakers, yes. We talk about the Celtics, yes. But how did they get all of those championships, Diehard? They drafted well. And plus the NBA gifted them,
Definitely.
Larry Bird. We ain't gonna talk about that though. The NBA gifted the Lakers 3 straight number 2 overall picks to allow them to trade for Anthony Davis and let them jump up in the lottery from 12 to 4. But we ain't gonna talk about that neither, right? So
their whole franchise is like that, man. Even back to Magic Johnson. How the hell did they get Magic Johnson? I think if I'm not mistaken, they had won a championship right before Magic got there. So how the hell did they get Magic Johnson with the number 1 pick? You know what I'm saying? They went and made a trade a few years before that, and they that pick was actually supposed to go to it was the Louisiana Jazz at the time. So it was actually supposed to go to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So if they didn't make that trade, whatever. So my thing is like, why would they make that trade? It's just mind-boggling. But yo, the NBA, they'll set up stuff because at the time the NBA was like the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? That like nobody was really watching the NBA like that, so they had to put Magic over there. You know, and they had to put Bird where he was in order to save the league. You know what I'm saying? So that's well documented. And they could just go on down the line. Like, how the hell did Shaq get on the Lakers, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also too, give them good luck too, because they traded Vlade Divac for Kobe, and nobody really thought that Kobe was going to be what he did, and they just got lucky and got one of the greatest players to ever play, you know, in a trade for a chain smoker. It's crazy.
So when it comes to Shaq specifically, right? So Shaq, this is why they started unrestricted and restricted free agency, because when Shaq was in Orlando, we all know as well. Even in the documentary, I know a lot of people seen it. Shaq basically was done with his 4-year contract, right? They just got to the finals. You got punched. Then you get swept the very next season. So they can't even, and mind you, it's no restricted free agency. It's only unrestricted. So he could go to any goddamn team he wants once his rookie contract is up. Obviously, the NBA had to stop that once a guy of Shaq caliber and talent was able to just shake free and walk right to LA. That was crazy. The even more crazy thing, I'm surprised you didn't even bring this up. I had to ask OG this last week because he a Laker fan. I'm like, yo, bro, how y'all get Magic and then y'all get the #1 pick a couple years later and y'all get James Worthy? Like, how that transpired? Like,
yeah, how the fuck did that happen, bro? And then yo, shout out to Brian Russell too. Is it Brian? Byron Russell. How the hell did they get Brian Russell? Yo, Brian Russell at one point he averaged 20 points a game. He was the leading scorer for the Lakers. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I just don't get it. It's just the rich get richer. Yo, even further back, how the hell did the Lakers get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro?
Yo, according to Uncle Freezy, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, shout out to my guy Uncle Freezy, he said that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they basically had flipped the coin, and that he wanted to leave the Bucks, and he was going to go to the Lakers or he was going to go to the New York Knicks. And during that touring course, and went to the other side, and he went to the Lakers. Supposedly, that's what Freezy has said.
I heard that too, though. I heard that.
So I don't know, man. The NBA always been on some bullshit when it comes to the Lakers and those type of teams. But it could happen for the Knicks. Now, our history right now, per se, we don't have that many championships, right? We only got 2. Shout outs to Willis Reed. Shout outs to Walt Frazier. You know, Earl of Pearl Monroe, those guys, Dave DeBusschere and those guys. Like, that team had 6 Hall of Famers. 6. Then you draft your MVP. You draft the MVP in Willis Reed. You draft a guy like Clyde Frazier. So the way we can change that narrative, right, is now we got 2 pillars. You got Randall. You got RJ, right? Build off of that. Build a team around that. I don't want a guy who's going to come in here, mess up the chemistry. He's a diva. He don't want to hang out with nobody. I don't want none of those cornballs in the locker room. We don't need it. I ain't got time for it. I do want Kawhi Leonard in that locker room, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, though. I wouldn't mind Kawhi.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Dave DeBusschere, because Dave DeBusschere was traded actually from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And he got here. And then also Earl the Pearl was also traded. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, It's possible to find those guys. So Kawhi Leonard is definitely one of those type of guys that we can get via trade and stuff like that. But yo, it's all about lightning in a bottle. In order for those things to happen, other things need to happen. You know, the franchise needs to open themselves up to be ready to make a move like that. And the Knicks are wide open right now. Knicks are wide open to do anything. We could do anything right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about being setting yourself up to make the play. So the Knicks are definitely ahead of the game with that, man. So I think we definitely I think something's gonna happen where we just gonna go crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. Watch.
You think so? Is it gonna be a move where I immediately write you and I say, yo, we must record right now. Is it going to be one of those moves? I'm hoping it's one of those moves.
Yeah, but my man Greenhouse just comes in and he immediately says, "Please stop it," right? Because we talk. He caught us talking about Kawhi, right? So you see what he says after Kawhi never played more than 74 games his whole career. But listen, it's low management, all that the other. You know, he might be a certain kind of guy, but my thing is, if he is that kind of guy, then he just won't be here.
Yo, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna speak for you when I say this. I'm gonna speak for myself.
Oh,
Kawhi
shit.
could low manage his ass all he want all season long. As long as he ready for the playoffs, I don't give a damn. Because Thibs gonna play that man. He'll play that man 37 minutes a game. But then you know Kawhi is gonna have to sit out for like a game or two. But that goes into the point, Diehard, we got a bunch of young boys, 2 first-round picks. I ain't worried about that. I'm not worried about. I got 30-year RJ Barrett. I'm not worried about that at all.
Right.
And not even just Kawhi. Like we don't even got to talk about Kawhi. We could talk about just marginal free agents like T.J. Warren, Oubre. Even though I don't want none of those guys. Like we could talk about those type of marginal free agents. You know, it just takes time to build something long term. Like I just don't want them to mess it up, man. They was doing good back in 2010, 2011, when Amari was on that streak. We was doing good. We was solid, right? Then James Dolan pressed the red button. Boop. Traded 4 starters, 4 first-round picks for Carmelo Anthony. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what we got to avoid.
I just want to bring this up because it is true. Because I mean, look at Kyrie, Harden, and Durant. Those guys are just taking days off. They put him, like if they had a regular job, it's like they put him their 2 days off with 2 sick days. Trying to extend their
PTO.
weekend type of thing. Yeah, putting PTOs in there and doing FMLA and everything else you want to do. That's what they're doing in over there in Brooklyn. And if Brooklyn was the Knicks, we would be going absolutely crazy. So that is a point. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there has to be a conversation. When Tom Thibodeau came here, there had to be a conversation. They were gonna hire certain guys in the coaching staff and stuff like that. So, they kind of announced the hiring before really hiring them because they need to have the conversation. You got to be okay with the situation. So like if Kawhi wants to come here, you got to have conversations with the agents and say, listen, you want to do all this shit. I get it. Low management. You want your own separate place to stretch or whatever. But listen, this is what the Knicks are doing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, can you fit into this peg? Can you fit into this square? You know what I'm saying? So like if you're gonna be a triangle trying to fit into a circle, then my man, then you stay your ass with the Lakers. I mean with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll find the next guy.
That's a fact. And as far as I think it's his personality. I think it would mesh with the guys. I'm not once again I'm not looking at Kawhi, a guy like Wiggins. I'm not looking at those guys, Sexton, Fox. I'm not looking at those guys for leadership. I'm not looking for that because the leadership we have right now in place in our locker room, I believe is strong. I'm looking for a guy who wants to, as what the famous LeBron James quote, I want a guy who wants to fit in and not fit out. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, Kawhi, you want your own personal chef, you want your own room. Cool, understandable. But motherfucker, you better not be late to that plane. We ain't the Clippers. like certain stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, okay, you want to load manage, but you're gonna have to speak to Julius Randle, speak to your teammates, and tell them like, look, listen, I want to load manage this game. Like you gotta communicate that. You get what I'm saying? Like just communicate with your teammates. Listen, I don't feel good this game. My ankle's sore. I'm a rest this game. And I think, and Julius Randle, he look like a dude. They'll talk to him. You see Julius Randle sitting next to RJ at the plane. RJ look like a cool dude. Derrick Rose, he say following them, so I know he from the block. So I know he a cool dude. Quickly look like he a cool dude too. None of those dudes look like that. Frank, he look like he a cool dude. He just got it, and he gonna greet you to the finest of finest French women in New York, so you gonna be good. You gonna be straight.
Yeah, but Greenhouse says conversation. I'm guessing that's like a dot okay kind of thing. But the thing is, like that's what you have to do. You got to have a
Yeah,
conversation because listen, like how many games did Julius Randle at the end of the games look like a swole up, look like somebody found him in a ditch. He was like so swole up from being just like exhausted. You know what I'm saying? How many times did Archie Barrett look like he wanted to pass out in games? And look at Nerlens Noel risking life and limb every single game and whatever, man. And, Nerlens Noel got a shoulder problem, lower back problem,
facts.
ankles, all kind of stuff. But he's out there playing because Mitchell Robinson broke his hand. Like if it's not broke, then you got to get out there and play. So I'm thinking that's going to be the mentality with our team. So all that load management. I'm looking at what he's saying there. I didn't read it yet, but I'm looking at it now. That's what stars do. Nets, Clippers, Knicks. But the Knicks, yeah, I'm just happy with the star. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we just want somebody to play with their heart out. That's exactly what we need, man. And I'm
Now
just looking at what he's saying. Go ahead, State.
So I will never. Here's the thing, though, to answer him, right? Kawhi, the question ain't about his heart, though. like we're not questioning his heart. We're not questioning him as a closer. We're not questioning him. We're not even looking at him for leadership. So we don't even need to talk about leadership from him. We just talking about the little things that could mess up the culture that we already built. I understand that, yes, he want to low manage. Cool. But if he communicates that with Randall and those boys, they shouldn't have an issue. It's dudes like Randall. Randall wants to play every game. I respect it. Because if I had a body like him, 6'9", 250, built like a sculpture, a statue, like Randall, you damn right I'm playing every game. Kidding me? And my team is winning. And I'm supposed to win $950K if my team make the playoff. You damn right I'm playing every game.
Yeah, if I was 6'9" and 250, I think I would be doing something else. I think I would be doing something way different, man. My imagination is crazy, man. It had nothing to do with basketball. It might have to do with something else. Oh my God.
Yo, yeah, crazy, really crazy, man. You crazy.
Oh man, we going pretty good, man. Yo, we almost had 2 hours, bro. 1:45, almost 1:42.
Oh, I ain't even noticed, man. I didn't even notice. I'm just talking about this playoff stuff, how we could get better. It's lively conversation. Like we could finally have good, meaningful, fruitful conversations without making fucking excuses every other sentence about why this guy is this and that and the third. It's like finally, it's very refreshing.
I got you, Greenhouse.
And we could talk about and what's crazy, we could actually talk about getting free agents finally, like, because we got a culture now. We finally got a culture. We got guys who like playing for them. And it's always one thing you notice about a team. You notice a team is together by the way their bench reacts to the plays that their team makes. When you see the Knicks bench, them dudes is standing up. You see Knox, Obi, IQ, and Theo Pinson, all they sit together all the time. Theo Pinson is always cheering, they always standing up for each other. So that's just that's nice to watch, man. For a guy who and this is just me personally, I thought RJ Barrett hated Randall from the way they played last season. Dude loves Randall. Gives him all the praise in the world. So it's little stuff like that. What would free agents like Kawhi be thinking this free agency and future free agency? What you think they're gonna be thinking?
Well, I just want to give shine to that word at the bottom of the screen there, fruitful. That's exactly what I was trying to say when I was talking about the being 6'9", 250. I would be fruitful. You know what I'm saying? But just speaking of fruitful, being fruitful and planting seeds and stuff like that, but a boom, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what the season has been all about. Just us planting seeds for guys to be like, yo, son, I think I'm gonna go to the Knicks. They're gonna be like, word? Like, yeah, and they're gonna be like, all right, instead of being like, yo, why would you want to go to the Knicks? They'll be like, yo, all right, yeah, I think you should go. I think you should do that. They doing something over there. I think you should do that. So that's what they're gonna say when they people, because it's not just the agents. Guys have back conversations. The guys have conversations like me and you having these conversations. Even via text and stuff like that. Guys have these conversations, group chats and stuff. So it's gonna be even guys that are like NBA basketball players. They get in the group chat and they say, "Yo, guys, I'm a free agent next year. Would you guys think I should go?" You know what I'm saying? So they if he says, "Yo, the Knicks are offering whatever," they the people gonna be like, "All right, go ahead, do it. Let's do it."
That's a fact. And,
Yeah.
and I, it just came to my mind. We got Vildoza here on a 4-year contract. I think it's like 13 something million. 3 years non-guaranteed. Another point guard who we're going to definitely be watching this summer while he's at the Olympics. We're going to be watching closely to him. We definitely going to have to be watching RJ Barrett this summer, because the one thing I noticed about players when they leave Olympics, that next season they come back, they always put up career highs. I think the season that Harden, KD, and Russ all went to the Olympics, was it the 2012 year? It probably was the 2012 year. And then Harden got traded that summer to the Rockets. That was the year when Harden averaged like 27. He started blacking. Then Russ started averaging like 27. He started going crazy. KD was already going crazy, but then the Olympics just took him to a whole nother level. So I would love for Julius Randle to make the Olympic team too. The Knicks. If we could get both of them in the Olympics, that's gonna be something. That's
Yeah.
gonna end Vildoza. If they play well, ooh.
Yeah, it takes your mentality to another level. Even shout out to Kyrie. Kyrie, when he made the Olympic squad and he got to meet Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Having those conversations, playing, they was talking about playing one-on-one for money and all kind of stuff. Being around guys that are really, really, really playing basketball, or guys that are just like on that level, the level that you trying to get to. For Julius Randle to be around certain guys like that would just take him to the next level. Shout out to RJ Barrett in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Just being around certain guys and whatever. That would just elevate their game. So I'm with it all, man. I'm with all that shit, man. And right now is the perfect time for all that stuff to be happening. Shout out to Frank too, because Frank is going to be playing for France and all that too, man. So you all hope these guys, continue to grow and whatever. But shout out to Luka, like you said. I think Luka's going to take Frank's spot, bro. I think it's possible,
bro. First of all, they don't even play the same position. Second of all, he's not taking Frank's spot, and Frank will be re-signed this offseason. Thank you very much. Third of all, I forgot Frank plays for France and he starts for France. That's going to be nice. And then all of those players, well, I'm praying to God that we re-sign Frank. But all of these players, they all come back from the Olympics. Then next season, it's like, okay, make the Eastern Conference Finals now. That's my expectation. Because now it's like, okay, you're 21 now. You could drink liquor. You got better last season. Now it's time to take the big boy pants. Pull your big boy pants up. It's time for you to average about 24 game. And it's time for you to start closing people out. That's what I need to see from him next season. No, I don't want to see the same player I see RJ Barrett right now next season. I need to see major improvement. So hopefully we get to see that. I definitely want to see that. And that,
so you think it's the Hennessy? You think he needs Hennessy? So you think he needs Hennessy? Yeah, him turning 21 and all that. Get his first shot of Hennessy. You think that take him to the next level?
I think it would. He looked like a great goose drinker though. You could tell. You could when you look at, you could tell what they drink. He look like a great goose sipper. Take a couple of shots back. You look like it a little bit.
What's wrong with a Grey Goose sipper, man? You trying to say he got light skin problems? He got light skin tendencies?
Nah, like so Grey Goose. Yeah, I stopped drinking light liquor a couple of years back. So one day I drunk Grey Goose, right? I drunk a Super Bowl night. I think it was the Ravens versus the 49ers. So I drinks the Grey Goose, big cup, drinks the whole cup. I don't feel drunk. I don't feel nothing. Cool.
That was strike one, by the way. Go ahead.
Crib. Straight. I leave the bro crib after the Super Bowl. Bro, I wakes up the next morning. The security guard is tapping me. The security guard, my man, too. He tapping me. I'm in the staircase, bro.
Yo, you don't do that though. You don't. Like they made a whole song about it. Freaking Jamie Foxx, the goose will get you loose. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that, man. It's already documented already, man.
So that's the reason why I'm like, nah, RJ he a great goose sipper. He look like he cool, but as soon as you get that great goose, that's when you go see the real RJ start screaming at everybody.
Yeah, I hope not, man. Yo, not for nothing. Grey Goose used to be my go-to joint, but I used to drink it with Red Bull. That was the shit back then. I used to have a Grey Goose straight, and then I used to just have a Red Bull, and I'll just drink that. But at the time, I was in great shape, man. So I was like a dancing machine and stuff. So I mean, I don't want to get into that shit. It's like the dark ages. I found a picture the other day, man. I think this was like 2012 or 11, and I had ran a race here. This is me here. I don't know if you can see it. I had ran the freaking urban athlon. It was like a 12-mile race with obstacles and shit, man. I was in good shape at this time. You know what I'm saying?
You still run that?
Nah, not today. But you know my story, man. Like I had actually made the 2020 New York City Marathon. I actually made that shit, but then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, then I just started eating pizza like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So now, now I'm like stuck in the gutter right now. Yeah. So I mean, I'm on the list right now to get on 2021's thing. So, I might have a complete, transformation if I get into the race again.
You're gonna have to revamp, champ.
Absolutely, man. I'm afraid to stand up because my stomach is gonna knock this whole table down, man. My shit is crazy right now.
You're gonna have to get your Julius Randle on, put the biker chains around your neck, start doing some pull-ups.
Yeah, man. Legit, yeah. The guys are snapping on me in the fucking chat. You got May the 4th. It just popped in. He's talking about I was the rug cutter. Now they telling I got Chandra Volta moves and I was dancing machine. You're damn right, man. If you guys know, I don't know if he was into that, man. But they had a party called it was the Freedom Party. It was every Friday. You know what I'm saying? So every Friday, man, I was in that motherfucker, like in the middle of the dance floor, dancing for my life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man. Damn, this was 2 hours. Let me get
out. I'm surprised your phone lasted this long, man. I see you going back and forth, from the cold to the hot and shit. So you holding it down. I'm surprised the shit lasted that long.
No, you gotta just make sure it's cold, and that's the reason why I gotta keep going back and forth. But it's cool though; it doesn't bother me.
You bought that AC? You bought that AC for the phone?
I did a couple of times. Then I turned it off.
Yeah, I had sent State Amazon thing because they actually got like ACs that you could buy and snap on the back of your phone. Yeah, man. So we got to get State a fucking GoFundMe, man, so he can upgrade his equipment and shit, man. So if anybody wants to do the State fund here, how you do the shit? Let me put it in die. I'm gonna put mines in there and I'll forward the money to him.
Yeah, crazy.
What is it? KPC. Yeah, this is I just put my freaking Cash App in the comments. So if anybody wants to drop $1 in there, I'll forward it to State, and we can help him get a situation together over there. Because right now it looks like you need some light bulbs too, man.
Shit. Shit, I feel like Thibs just threw me out there for about 46 minutes. Game time.
All right, man.
But
Well,
yeah, man.
You want to call it a night, man?
Say that again.
You want to call it a night?
Yes, sir, man. Let me get out of here. Fold my clothes and stuff. Get ready for work tomorrow. I'm happy. Probably watch a couple of these other games, see how these seedings play out. he put the cash in there. So,
yeah, man. I'm waiting. I'm anxiously waiting for the first deposit.
but yeah, man. Let me get out of here. Everybody know me, man. You can follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Twitter is State NYK Pod. Instagram State NYK Pod. The pod is everywhere, man. Spotify, Apple Pod, Stitcher, Player FM, TuneIn, Google Pod, Google Play, Alexa. Everywhere, man. Everywhere, man. Including Diehard Knicks Podcast, his podcast, everywhere as well. Nick Nation, it was nice talking to y'all. I didn't even notice it was going on 2 hours. Now I finally do notice it because now my legs getting tired. So,
yeah, man. I had to piss for like the last 30-something minutes, man. I don't know if anybody noticed me shaking back and forth. I'm sweating too. I don't know if you fucking noticed. You know, I just finished drinking what is this? 24 ounces of freaking Coors Light. Jesus Christ, man. What a night.
Oh man. Yo, Diehard, man, you be safe. Nick
no
Nation,
doubt, man.
Y'all be safe, man. I'm out of here, man. Your boy State of the Knicks Podcast, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace. Diehard, peace, man. Salute to you, brother.
Yeah, peace, bro. Yeah, we got State. State is here, man. His phone just started to act up. I don't know if you guys peeped it, man. Here it goes. Anyway, this Diehard Knicks Podcast, as you can see, me and State every Sunday. Check us out around 9 o'clock. Today we started at 7. Well, you'll see, man. I'll try to put it out in advance. Diehard Knicks at the half. I didn't do it the last two nights because of the 1 p.m. games. But look out for Diehard Knicks at the half to crunch time. For this playoffs. But then again, it might be a little different, man, because I'm excited. I want to get out in the streets and do something, man. So we'll see what we do, man. This week and the next week, man. So without further ado, 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb, salute. And I see you on the next one. Somebody just commented. What's up? Yeah, follow State on Twitter if you dare. Because State is a beast on there, man. Everybody have a good night. Thank you, Sincere. Shout out to Sincere for holding us down the whole entire podcast. I appreciate you, man. My man Jarrell just popped in too. Los Knicks. Shout out to you guys. You guys are always supporting, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to May the 4th. He popped in at the end too. Appreciate you guys for supporting, man. Get out there, like, subscribe, and all that other stuff too, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like I said, I really appreciate all the love, man. But I really would like to grow the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So please get out there, like, subscribe, and all that. Peace.